Hi students, now today we are going to start our second lesson, that is the plant's structure and the function. Now this is the first part of the video, so listen carefully. First, just a recall, two questions are there. What help us to easily identify the plants around us? Now you can see the plants around us, different kinds of plants are there. How we identify them? By the leaves, by the tree trunk. Huh? How we identify them? Like by the fruits we can identify them. Different ways are there to identify the trees around us. Now second question, which are the various parts of the plants? Now we know from the that the parts of the plants, that leaves, roots, stem, flowers, branches, these are the different kinds of parts. It is present on the leaf. Now see the sentence in the book. The root, stem, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. of a different plants are different. Means every part of a plant is different for every plant. We can identify plants with the help of these different characteristics. Let us know now. Now let us now acquaint ourselves with these plants organs in a greater detail. Means acquaint means to make a familiar with. Now let's know more about more detail of this plant organ in this chapter. First part is the root. To study the root, we have to do the four different activities. Now one by one we'll do the activities. Now first activity, keep the moistened ball of a crumpled paper in the conical flask. Place some soaked moth beans or gram bales seeds in the flask between the paper and the glass wall. Observe and note the changes in the seeds in a 2 or 3 days. Now you can see in the picture that change occurs. The part that grows from the inside the seed towards the soil is called the radicle, and the part that grows above the soil is called the plumule. The roots that forms from the radicle grows into the ground. The roots is a thick layer to the ground and the gradually taper to the pointed end. This part of the plant growing below the soil for a support is called the roots. Now see, there are two types of roots, fibrous root and taproot. Now see the first part, that is the taproot. The roots of some plants produce a secondary roots that grows obliquely, means sloping, and the spread far and wide in the soil. Roots support the plants. These type of roots are called the taproot. In the picture you can see the middle strong root and side obliquely sloping, that is the secondary, means that is the secondary roots are there. Roots bear a hair like a processor near the root tip. These are the root hairs. Now see in the picture you can see that the root tip is a delicate, very delicate it is. This is a region of a growth of the root. The tip is covered with a cap like a structure. It is called the root cap, and the root cap protects the root tip from the injuries. Now we have to study the second type of root, that is the fibrous root, and for that we have to do the second activity. So let's start our second activity. Take a glass jar and fill a 3/4 of it with the water. Place an onion on the mouth of the jar shown in the picture in such a way that its roots are towards the water. Observe the growth of the roots for the 8 days. Thread like or fibrous like roots arising from the stem are called the fibrous roots. You can see in the onion that is fibrous root. Thus, there are two main types of roots, taproots and fibrous roots. Dicotyledons plants have a taproots, while monocotyledon plants have a fibrous root. Monocotyledon and dicotyledon, I will explain you in the next picture. Now to understand the types of roots, that is the root, we have to take a third activity. Now do the activity. Sow the seeds of plants like a mustard, sorghum means jowar, maize, corn, pea, coriander, etc. in an earthen pot. Earthen pot means which is made by the soil. Cultivate the plant for 8 days. Cultivate means prepare and use land for the growing the plants. Cultivate. Cultivate the plants for 8 days. Once the plant grow 15 to 20 centimeter height, uproot them carefully while the soil is moist and put them gently in the large conical flask containing water. The soil will get washed off without any harm to the roots. Now observe the roots carefully to see which plants have a taproot and which plants have a fibrous root. Plants like maize, sugarcane, sorghum have two types of roots. Some roots are underground whereas some grows from the stem just above the soil. You can see in the picture. The latter are called the adventitious roots. Beside the normal function like absorption of water, minerals, anchoring and supporting the plant, roots perform some other function too. Root shows the some modification to perform these additional functions. Some examples of such modified roots are aerial roots, stilt root, runners, breathing roots, etc. These are the different types of the roots that we have to study. Now to understand the type of root, here is the fourth activity. Take some water in a small glass jar. Put a plantlet in it in such a way that its roots are dipped in the water. Mark a water level on the jar and add 5 ml of oil to the water and record the level of water in the next day. Now what will happen that you have to discuss, observe and discuss in your class. What will happen? The roots will absorb the water and the level of that oil will float on the surface of the water and that will come down, it will come below. Next part, use your brain power. Now student, you go on internet and search the answer of these questions. What would happen? What would have happened if the plants like a tamarind, banyan and the mango had a fibrous root? Question number 2. What will happen if the root tip is injured? And third question, which type of roots do the fenugreek, spinach and the onion plants have? Now we have studied the onion plants. Now you know the answer. Okay. Now next part, that is the do you know. It is the reduced from our syllabus. Then too we will read the information for our knowledge. Root emerging from the trunk and the branches of the banyan tree. Now you see the picture in the banyan tree. Grows towards the soil. These roots are called the prop roots. What could be the use of these prop roots? In the beginning, the banyan tree has very few prop roots, but later on their number increases so much that it appears like a small forest. Means one tree make a one forest, small forest. That this way, this much that prop roots are increased near the tree. In Kolkata, a 250 years old banyan tree in the Indian Botanical Garden cover a very large area. It is supported by the thousands of prop roots. Is there any such tree in your surrounding, in your neighborhood? You collect the information about it. Now next, that is the find out. Why are the underground parts of plants like radish, carrot, beet and sweet potato thick, fleshy and swollen? Which part of the plant are they? Now collect the images of different types of roots and send them to your friends via email. Now this is your activity on the computer, on the net. Now next our part, that is the parts of the plant we are studying now. Now roots over, now we'll go for the stem. The stem grows above the soil from the plumule of a sprouting seed. As the sprout grows, the length of the stem gradually increases. There are nodes on the stem. Leaves come out at the nodes. The part of the stem between the two nodes is called the internode. Between the two parts, that is the internode. The tip or the apical end of the stem is called the bud. You can see in the picture bud upside. Observe the branches of any plant and identify its different parts as per the diagram. Now see, you can go in your garden and see the node, internode, buds, like this way structures are there in the plants. Now next there is a chart. Complete the chart. It is reduced from our syllabus. Now next point, that is the leaf. Now how leaves are there, see. Leaves grow from the nodes on the stem. Leaves are generally thin, flat and green in color. Why they are green? Because chlorophyll is there. The broad spread out part of a leaf is called the leaf blade. You can see in the picture leaf blade is there. Or lamina. It is called lamina or leaf blade. And its edge is called the leaf margin. Leaf margin is the edge. You can see in the picture. Student, you have seen the different types of plants, different types of leaves. We can identify the plant by their leaves. Now see in the picture, there are three different types of the leaves are there. Now first is the entire, then this next is the dented and then the lobed. Means it is the different shapes of the leaves are there. Now see, the tip of the leaf is called the leaf apex. It may be a tapering, pointed or a round. Leaves of some plants have a stalk called the petioles. The leaves of some plants do not have a petioles. The portion of the leaf attached to the stem is called the leaf base. Leaf base is there. Small leaf-like structure may be present near the leaf base. You can see in the picture. These are called the stipules. Do you see stipules in any plant? Go and see in your garden. You can see there. Now see that different types of the leaves are there. Entire, dented and lobed. These are the shapes of the leaves. Leaves of some plants have a single undivided leaf blade and a single midrib. Such leaves are called a simple leaves. You can see in the picture, simple leaves are there. However, the leaf blade of leaves in some plants is divided into many small parts like leaflets. Such leaves are called the compound leaves. Now, simple leaf and a compound leaf are the two main types of the leaves. Now, next part, that is the observe the and discuss. Observe and discuss. Now see, observe a branch of plants like a rose, neem, coriander, hibiscus, etc. In different plants, the arrangement of leaves on the stem is a different. It may be alternate, opposite, whorled, spiral, etc. According to shape, leaves are rounded, that is obovate, palmate or lanceolate, linear, etc. Now we can see in the picture the arrangement of the leaves. By the arrangement of the leaves also we can find out the plant. We can identify the plant. This is characteristic of one plant. Now see, next is the try this. Take a peepal leaf and maize leaf and observe them carefully. The peepal leaf is divided into two equal parts by the single midvein, which lies along a midline of the leaf blade. Now secondary veins arise from the midvein. They are branched and form a network or reticulum. On other hand, in the leaves of maize, all the veins are parallel, running from the leaf base to the leaf apex. Thus, the peepal leaf blade has a reticulate venation, and the maize leaf blade has a parallel venation. Observe the leaves of some other plants in your surrounding and identify the types of venation in that, how it is there. Now okay students, now this much today. You read the points and find out the new words. Okay, thank you.